Hey guys, this is Chris Dixon, Senior Editor with Power and Motoryacht Magazine and AIM Media, and today I am in Fort Lauderdale on a most impressive boat. This is a Fairline Phantom 65. We've been out on the water with it, had a blast, frankly. This is a fast and highly maneuverable 65-foot, 42-ton yacht. This one had optional twin 1600 horsepower Caterpillars and it wide open. We managed 38 knots while we were bobbing and weaving around the calm waters off of Fort Lauderdale. And now I'm going to take you on a little walkthrough of it, show you what this boat is all about. It's quite a little tour de force. Moving into the cabin, you'll find a beautiful airy space. It's got giant windows and a really conveniently located, fully equipped galley to the stern. There's a lot of lounging area on the starboard side, and the port side settee. I think you could have 10 people there easily. And then there's this massive forward windshield that gives this boat just excellent sight lines from the lower helm station. The lower helm offers a 3 main Garmin screen setup with digital switching, and there's a 4th screen that just keeps you apprised of everything that's happening with the drivetrain. The bow thrusters and a really cool control switch right by the steering wheel toggles through all the screens, so you have data and control of the boat all just right at your fingertips, and you can sit right alongside your co-captain as well. Now, a feature that I really like a lot on this boat among many is the massive sunroof. It has these shades that are just really easily retracted to bring the sky in through the glass, and then if you don't want the glass there, well, that's not a problem either, because you can push the switch and then a pneumatic setup releases a seal, really tight weather seal, and it brings the sunroof open, and you basically are bringing the indoors outdoors or vice versa. It's really impressive. Now, on another front, I was impressed with this touch. The rear settee area, dining setup, can really be opened up to the world. As you can see, Miles here opening up not only these huge twin sliding glass doors, but lowering this retractable window. So between the sunroof and then the windows in the back and the door, the whole boat basically just brings the outdoors indoors. As you can see, it's just it's spectacular. And when we were out on the water running around at 38 knots, it was really spectacular. Now, another thing that was cool was the table here with this beautiful wood grain on it, teak table, sustainably harvested, and the table itself is either a half table, as you can see here, or you can flip it open, and it brings dining access to most everybody who's sitting there on the rear settee. It's just another really nice touch. And then another cool touch that I was just impressed with is, well, if you want to add one more person to the seating area, you slide out this little extension to create an actual, seat for one more person there at the end. And then let's move down into the cabin. First off, we can see that the electrical panel is just really exquisitely laid out, labeled. It's easily accessed right from the master suite. And the master suite itself is full beam. There's a flat screen TV recessed into the wall. And then notice the quality of the woodwork here. This fluted wood, this is all hand sanded. You can't machine this. And that's the same with the wood on the vanity, the same with the wood basically all over the boat. The angles and the grain on the wood is something that Fairline really takes a lot of pride in, is their joinery and woodwork, and it definitely shows. And you can see here, these huge windows in the master suite gave you a pretty impressive view of the world while you're underway. These bedside tables were a nice little feature. They have this ridging here and a block that helps keep your stuff from sliding around. There's USB ports on either side of the beds. And again, just these huge windows. And we also noticed this massive, basically full width ensuite bathroom for the master. It's really well set up. So from here, we'll move forward into the forward VIP. And again, you'll find a lot to like. This is a full beam suite, and it's got a nice set of windows with the ocean viewable from the bed. It's got a nice overhead skylight that can be closed and shaded away very easily. Again, note the wood trim around the edges, just beautiful wood trim throughout this whole boat. And the fluting effect is in full effect here as well, along with the marbling on the doors. They just take a lot of pride in their joinery, as you can clearly tell. There's also access to the head straight from the cabin, and then there's another access from the hallway. So this can be a guest head or day head as well. And again, it's beautifully detailed and really nicely laid out and accented space. There's also a nice little storage room right here. It's got another full-size refrigerator, freezer, and this boat does also have a washer dryer off the lower hallway as well. It's a single unit, and it's got climate control, multi-zone climate control just throughout the boat. Now moving into the guest suite, a cool little feature of this, again, very nice space, is these beds slide together on a motorized system, so you can very easily join them and very easily separate them. Now you'll also see a huge rear sun pad, and as you can tell, what seem to be really durable cushions. And it's easy to walk around the boat as well. There's handholds or railings pretty much everywhere that you would strategically need them to walk around the boat while you're underway and or in fairly heavy seas. And it's just, again, this teak flooring, the effect of that is just really nice. You'll see great windlass storage area there, very well laid out. And another just neat little cool feature or touch on this boat is these little lights. They just they pop up, little mood lights if you're out at night on the deck, and just create a really nice effect. Now this table, it actually is on hinges, and it can be very easily hinged out of the way and folded backwards, so you can have a table or you cannot have a table. So moving to the stern, we see a very conveniently located hydraulic pop-up panel for the rear beach platform, which slides out and submerges fully into the water for your swimming joy, and also for loading the optional sport jet tender or other water toys. The rear deck there, where Miles from Fairline is standing, is also covered with non-skid surface. So it's a fairly safe space, so to speak. And then you'll also note the very convenient and very comfortable love seat just sitting right there. It's a great spot. Sit right up there on the back and watch the kids swim, or take in the ocean as the boat rolls across the sea. And then you'll also see there's a garage hinged up underneath here, and it is frankly huge. It will hold a Williams sport jet tender. That's what it's designed for. That's what these rollers are for. And then there's also a winch for it. It'll also obviously hold a couple of stand-up paddle boards, maybe a kayak, maybe all three, depending on how well you utilize that pretty substantial bit of space. There's also, you'll note, a fire suppression unit up under there, which is a good touch. So the stern of the boat also features on the starboard side a actual pop-up stand-up shower, which is a good feature. And then when you lift the rear stairs to starboard, you'll find a really convenient day head along with a space. It's either a big storage area or quite a cramped crew quarters. If I owned this boat, I'd probably let the crew person crash out on the cabin settee, but regardless, they'll have a place to sleep. And another just quick point I'd add is that there is a premium to be paid for all of this rear space just in terms of the engine room space. The engine room is really well laid out, but it is pretty small, and that's just the way it goes when you have this much utilizable space on a boat. So that's it. I want to thank Fairline for showing us the Phantom, and have a look at this boat yourself at fairline.com or at the upcoming fall boat shows. For Power Motor Yacht, this is Chris Dixon signing out.